the first wide receiver is finally off the board. The Seattle Seahawks select the wide receiver 1 in this class, and our personal wide receiver 1s this whole entire process, Jackson Smith-Njigba at pick number 20. So JSN slid a little bit further than we thought he would. Honestly,
a little bit, yeah.
Thought he was going to go closer to 10, 15, and he's went at 20. And I'm kind of mad right now because he was this close to playing with Justin Herbert. And I would have loved that. However, good landing spot for him, in my opinion. And I'll let you kind of delve into why. We were talking about this a little bit when they were submitting their pick, but why does he fit well with Seattle with DK Metcalf?
Yeah, so I think he and Decaf
Metcalf.
Decaf. That's a nice nickname. He and DK are perfect complementary pieces. I mean, you saw him and Lockett together perform as borderline wide receiver 1s last year with Geno Smith at the helm, and Geno Smith is not going to be the long-term QB there. He does have a 3-year deal. It really is, up for grabs for what they're going to do with him after his first year. But with Jackson Smith-Njigba, Tyler Lockett is, I think, 31 years old right now, and he's not done and he's not bad or anything like that. But I think Jackson Smith-Njigba is not going to be hurt by that, obviously, long term. And I think next year, could he, have a bit of a slow start? Yeah, probably. He'll probably have an Olave-esque season. I think from a fantasy perspective, maybe better. It could be better.
Olave had a good season, so I'd be fine with that.
I think he'll probably be a mid wide receiver.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you think JSN is going to be a buy from this? Do you think his value is going to fall because of this landing spot? Or do you think the Dynasty community is going to be able to overlook and kind of see through the wide receiver situation there?
No, I could definitely. I think he will be faded. We'll have to see how much he is. But I mean, I do think that's reasonable because he has 2 of the better wide receivers in the NFL playing alongside him, and he doesn't have an elite quarterback to distribute the ball. So that's really hard to say,
I mean, look,
he's a slot receiver though.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
he's going to be the easiest target out there.
But that's the thing is, oftentimes those slot receivers need a good bit of volume to produce at a high level, and I don't think he will be getting 10, 12 targets a game. I think he'll probably
year one.
No. So no. But I think in Dynasty he's long term. I'm still buying him. The talent.
I think this is a long term death sentence for Tyler Lockett. I think after this year he's done. He's done in Seattle specifically. Right? Like, am I wrong on that?
I mean, you could be right about that. I think it's yet to be seen. But regardless, is JSN still a top 12 Dynasty wide receiver for you guys?
Yes.
Right
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna go ahead and go that far at saying that too. Who did the Chargers just take?
Quentin Johnston.
Holy smokes,
dude!
Oh my gosh! All right, we're recording this live during.
We'll do another video on that later.
I don't know why they did not take Addison, but wow, I cannot believe he went over both those guys.
So, do you see JSN being like a low end wide receiver too, from a fantasy perspective this year?
Yeah, and I think I'd be pretty pleased with that, honestly.
Yeah, and I mean, I think his ceiling this year is even higher than that. Like, I think his ceiling is to be a high wide receiver 2, low wide receiver.
Look,
it's JSN.
He could surprise some guys, and it's not like Lockett has been exempt from struggling with injury. And once you do get older at the wide receiver position, did he struggle with a hamstring thing at the end? Did he struggle with a hamstring thing at the end of the season?
I thought it was a finger.
It was a. Oh, that's right. It was a finger thing. Yeah, but did he have anything with his legs?
No.
I'm mixing him up with D-Hop.
But I will say, I think one of the attributes that JSN has that is overlooked, his ability after the catch is really good.
Absolutely.
And with Tyler Lockett stretching the field as he does, and DK doing DK things, he's an elite athlete in his own right. I think JSN, when he does get those targets, is going to be able to do a lot more with it than you'd expect. Honestly, look at what he did in 2021 in college with Chris Olave and Garrett Wilson. He produced the most out of the 3 of them. And I think you put him into another trio of really good wide receivers, and he's going to do good things.
Yeah, I think that's a great point.
What do you think this does with Kenneth Walker's receiving upside?
It's a good question.
I personally, just thinking right off the bat, just off the cuff, this could change when I look into the numbers more later, but I think this hurts him big time from a PPR perspective, right?
I don't know. I guess
I know it looks different with dump offs versus, you having actual design pass plays for a slot receiver, but
I hadn't thought about it that way.
Yep.
We'll see. Points per game wise this year, what are you thinking? 10 to 15 points a game?
Yeah, I'd
I'm
probably,
hoping
I'd
11
have her,
to
I'd have her
13.
around
Yeah.
12.
Yeah,
I would guess 12.
That's where I'm going too. All right. And look, obviously not as strong a wide receiver class as last year, but don't let that bring you down on JSN and I guess Quentin Johnston now, which is pretty wild. I mean, look, JSN, again, he is the wide receiver one in this class. Don't let the weaker class overall bring you down on the individual prospects. Jason is still a great prospect. He's going to a very good situation. Geno Smith is no pushover at a quarterback. He's going to absolutely be able to let JSN produce at a very high level in fantasy, and JSN is going to be a top 12 dynasty wide receiver from right now on. So you're looking at a cornerstone asset for your dynasty team. It's a good fit for him from a schematic standpoint. And honestly, we've seen it. I mean, as Tyler Lockett fades out, the duos, they help each other out so much. And him and DK, they are very different types of receivers. He's going to fit extremely well in that offense. So the overall outlook on JSN is very positive. We thought he'd go earlier than this, but he still is the wide receiver one. And now we got to turn around and do a Quentin Johnston video, who that was one we missed because we had him as our wide receiver 4.
Oh, I had him as my wide receiver 2.
No.
We had him interchangeable. We had him interchangeable.
You haven't been here though, so it doesn't count. We are the ones that are wrong.
No, you and I had 2, 3, 4.
Oh well,
33, 33, 33. Like
this isn't in Quincy.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we did have him in the same tier.
We changed them literally.
Personally, I had him 4th, but whatever. Yeah. All right, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. We're doing all these videos right now here live on draft night, so we appreciate your support. And the best way to do that is to like and subscribe. We're gonna be back here in just a minute with a Quentin Johnston video. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in a minute.